Okay, so we are moving on with prenatal massage, and after we're done with their back and their hips and their legs, you can move on to their arms. Um, Everyone does it different ways. Some people, some massage therapists, they do massage on their arms right after they're done with their back. So it's totally up to you. You can do it right after the back or right after the leg. So you can just start with the compressions on the arm, and usually they don't have the whole arm for you exposed to work on. So whatever you have to work on, that's what you're gonna. You don't need to really move their arm. Sometimes they're just comfortable in the position that they are. But sometimes I do move carefully, arm like that, place it on the pillow, and then undrape it just like this. Or you can just place it like that. Okay, and once the arm is ready to work on it, you can apply oil really quick. Make sure it is applied everywhere and on their hands as well. And then you can start with deep effleurage with your thumbs, starting from the wrist, like this, and then continue with your palms, both palms, and then you can squeeze a little bit their hand, and then start working deeper on their hands. So for example, if they have tight extensors, you can just cross the extensors. That feels really good for them usually. So just like this. And again, my position, one leg in the back, one leg in the front. And once I do the compressions or cross fiber on their muscles, my front knee flexes. So that way I move with my whole body. And that way I apply pressure and my elbows are locked. So as you can see, this is the movement that I have, that I do. My wrists are working and my thumbs. So then you can do deep effleurage along their muscles like that. Deep stroke. It might be, so be careful with the pressure. Sometimes it might be too much for them. So again, depends on their preference of the pressure. So always look at the signs. If they twitch a little bit, that means it might be too much. So you can just adjust the pressure. And then deep petrissage on their arm and triceps and biceps. Basically going over the muscles that might have trigger points. So you would just do cross fiber on their triceps, then the deltoids. Then you would just grab around like this their bicep and would just make the cross fiber friction with all of your fingers. So that's a great move too. So basically every move that you do should be smooth, and again, big long strokes are always the best. Always feels good for them. And then you can move to their hand, the circular effleurage, you can call it, on top of their hand, on top of their wrist as well. And then again, everything light on their hands, not too light so it wouldn't feel like a skin rub, so kind of like firm and not deep. Okay, and then squeeze a little bit their fingers and twist. Squeeze and twist, squeeze and twist, squeeze and twist. And then you can do one big last effleurage. Squeeze the hand a little bit. Can cover first with the sheet. Make sure you don't cover the sheet with the sheet their nose so they can breathe. Just wipe the oil really quick and then cover with the blanket. And once you're done with their hand, so once you worked on their back, their hips, their hip, leg, and their arm, they're ready to turn around. So once they turn around, you would work same way on the other side, and then you would move to their neck and remove the towel. And that's when you would work a little bit more on their neck. So just like that. Look if there is any tightness in their neck muscles. And then if they have a ponytail, maybe you can just ease it a little bit, make it less tight. Or maybe remove. Would be probably better if we remove, but you can make it just looser. That works just fine as well. And that's when you start. I would wipe actually first before you start doing a scalp massage. I would wipe your fingers from the oil, from the excess oil, and that's when you can start doing circular friction on the side of the on the temples, and then circular friction on the base of the skull, and then you would put other hand on the other side of their head, and you would just basically grab the head like that, and it would do circular friction all over their head. That feels really good for them. And again, I'm applying pressure by standing here. I'm applying pressure, so it's not just pulling hair. Is mostly I'm working on their scalp, moving scalp, not the hair. So as you can see, so just like that. And you would grab it from this side too. So that feels really good for them. And once you're done, so it depends, and usually you have like 5 minutes to work on their scalp. And after you're done, you would just do soft gliding, and then you can finish with a soft gliding on their body, moving along their legs. Pause a little bit on their foot and let it go. And that's how you finish your prenatal massage.